Hello everybody, welcome back to the ID Gaming channel. Today we are playing Stanley Parable Deluxe. What if I want full brightness game? Did you guys say this is barely visible? Oh, so that's good. Okay then, 3, 12. Okay. The end is never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end is never, the end is loading. Never.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so like Jacksepticeye, I'm gonna listen to him first, then disobey him, and then do whatever the hell I want. Oh my god! That's not the time! Now there's an achievement.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, thank you for showing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yes.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
It's gonna be a long achievement, guys. Yeah, you can hear my mouse still.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. What?
I swear to God, if he says 100 clicks, I'm going to lose it. Now, hold on a second.
This is the story.
There.
Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Okay then. This is a 417. Oh, what's that? Ah, here it is.
Great! Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Nope. Anyways, I cannot wait to do this.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Whatever you say, you're the boss.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I'm on the table. I'm on the table. Open.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Assault vehicle required.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I just did that out of natural instinct. I always walk up. What's that? Open. Ah! I'm nothing and no one. I'll get him.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
Ah, thank you.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Yeah.
But incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Wait, why are those
Stanley
buttons?
happened to input
Why
the
is that?
correct
What's
code
happening?
by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ow! Right. I'm gonna have a word with my manager when I find him. Huh? I thought that was press down to go to the party. Like, I'm down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of
Let
his
me
job.
out!
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Let me
This question would not go unanswered for long.
Can I just hit that and run? No! Damn it!
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly.
Bye!
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Damn it, I accidentally hit. I thought I could run out. No. No, I can't go back down. Oh, you're taking the mickey. Oh, I'm terribly sorry about this, guys. Oh, such an idiot. Okay, right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Open up.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley
It was
walked upstairs to his boss's
485,
office.
right? It was 2845, something like that. I can't remember.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Okay.
So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
It's relaxing, you know.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked
God damn it, I
forward
can't see again.
into the opened passageway.
Oh, my eyes, it burns. Ow. Manager, where are you? I'm just pressing the down button. I go faster, go faster, go faster. Oh. Ah, what the hell happened? Okay then.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. Nah. Oh, big white. Oh, big white button.
The lights rose on an
I pressed
enormous
button.
room packed with
Huh?
television
What's that say?
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Honest narrator, I'm trying to read. Oh, it's just a bunch of numbers. Why is there just a bunch of... Oh, cameras. Aha.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore
Hey,
the number
47,
of an
it's me.
employee in the building,
Look.
Stanley's
Aha, it's me.
co-workers, the lives of so
Why is there
many
uranium then?
individuals
Why
reduced
are there
to
two
images
uranium
on a
boxes?
screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh, someone got fired. Jeez. Wow. Oh, button.
This
Again.
mind control facility, it was
What
too
is it?
horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Oh.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
Pirate.
His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent
even know
his
if I'm facing
entire
forward or
life
not.
utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking,
You can't
eating,
jump.
working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past
Oh, do I
began
need
to
the
sink
punch?
in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over
it's
another
gonna take
human
forever.
life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Hold on, narrator. I have to press all these buttons. Where's the third one? Oh, it's over here. Now I've got to find 4. Even though it's one of the smallest rooms I've ever been in. 4, up there. Walked the completely wrong way. Oh, god damn it. Why can't I get up? Alright. I guess I can't press number 4. Bye buttons. System power? What's it talking about?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yay! Uh-oh. Oh no, 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 no. Huh? What's that sound?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Am I facing forward, backwards, left or right?
Was it over?
Up, down, front.
Yes!
Ah! Facing forward.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Goodbye.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
That's actually really fun, doing it the way we were supposed to. Beat the game! Yay! The end is never the end is never the end is never the... Alright, let's disobey him.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, I can't turn this one off. Oh, do. Ooh. Okay. Let's disobey him.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Can I just commit a yeet off of here? You know, boys, it's been fun gaming with you, but I gotta dip. Yay! Ah.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay then, that was stupid.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, let's head to the right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
God damn
foot.
it!
In his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to
Shut
do,
up.
Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Huh? Where am I? Oh God, what's happened?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Dog
memo.
mode activated. What is all this?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. Nor did it advance the story in any way.
Ah! I guess I bark now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
I
it.
just want to see what's on the other side, man.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Bonk. I'm just going to do this and then I'm stopping the video for today.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude was
we get some
terrifying.
RIP fishes or some F's in the comments.
The correct way to the meeting room,
Pay
and
respect.
Stanley knew it perfectly
So I
well.
love those fishes.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
That always
employee
cheer me
lounge
up if I got
first,
sad.
just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy.
It's not easy being told
I
that
realize
the
that
pet you took care of
trusting someone else can be
for
difficult.
at least a couple of years
Story has been
just
about
suddenly
nothing but you.
died. That we did think he might have had an infection or a disease.
Someone please stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm not asking for me. This is Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh, I can't be forklift certified. Damn. Why? Geronimo!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith.
Hello.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something.
What?
Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
You evil son
This
of
is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him.
sick
And every
person.
button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now
That was an
he's
few
eating
seconds
lunch.
ago.
Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that
Wonder
he
if I can get out
returned
this
to work
window.
was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Hell yeah!
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two
Oh dear
open
God, do I have to
doors
sit through this
and that he
entire
could
thing?
go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
No, I'm not pressing K. I will press every single letter on my keyboard other than K. Just to prove a point to you.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths.
Well, thank you all for watching.
Down one path lay an enormous round room.
Please can we have
with
some
monitors
RIP
and mind
and F
controls.
comments and
And down another was a yellow line
Paris
that
Bakes
weaved
and
in
a
many
fish.
directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it
and
the Stanley Parable.
I will see you all.
It was such a wonderful
In the
fantasy.
next-
And so in his head, he relived it again, and then again, and again, over
Video.
and over, wishing beyond hope that it would
I'm just
never
gonna let this
end,
play out.
that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.